66 million years ago, a 10-kilometer wide space rock hurtles through the solar system, dead set on Earth. The planet's fate seems sealed. But a microscopic gravitational nudge from Jupiter altered its course by a fraction of a degree. The massive Kixola asteroid doesn't strike the Yucatan Peninsula. It merely skips across the stratosphere. Down below, blinding flash of light tears across the prehistoric sky. A deafening roar shatters the air, followed by a searing gust of wind. And then, absolute silence. A Tyrannosaurus Rex looks up as the streak of light fades into the cosmos. The ultimate apex predator doesn't burn. The herds of Triceratops continue to graze. The apocalypse is canceled. The Cretaceous period never ends. But for the tiny mammals hiding in the shadows, our ancestors, this miracle is the ultimate death sentence. Welcome to What If the Dinosaurs Never Died? Fast forward 30 million years. Without an asteroid impact, the Earth's climate still naturally shifts. The lush, greenhouse world of the Cretaceous slowly gives way to a brutal global cooling. The Ice Age arrives. You might think the freezing temperatures would finally wipe out these cold-blooded reptiles. But science tells a different story. Dinosaurs were highly adaptable, and evolution takes the wheel. Meet the apex predator of the tundra, a descendant of the T-Rex. It now stalks the frozen wastelands, towering in a thick coat of white feathers, perfectly camouflaged in the blinding blizzards. Colossal herbivores, like the titanosaurs, adapt by developing immense fat reserves. They migrate across frozen continents, using their massive bodies like snowplows to reach the vegetation buried beneath the ice. They conquered the tropics, and now they've mastered the ice. The dinosaurs leave absolutely no room at the top. So, where does that leave our tiny, furry ancestors? In our timeline, the asteroid cleared the stage for mammals to thrive. In this reality, the stage is permanently occupied. Mammals remain trapped in the eternal night shift. For millions of years, our ancestors don't grow larger than a house cat. Venturing out in the daylight means instant death from nimble, sharp-eyed raptors patrolling the undergrowth. The evolutionary tree is ruthlessly pruned. Without seed, open savannas, early primates never adapt to walk upright. There is no evolutionary pressure to build tools or conquer the daylight. The great apes never exist. Consequently, humanity is entirely erased from Earth's blueprint. There are no ancient pyramids, no moon landings, no human footprint whatsoever. But nature abhors a vacuum. If mammals never inherited the Earth, who claimed the throne of intelligence? Look closely at the piercing eyes of a truden. A different kind of spark is igniting. Meet the truden. While giants like the T-Rex relied on brute force, this nimble theropod possessed the largest brain relative to its body size in the entire dinosaur kingdom. Over millions of years, shifting climates demand more than just sharp teeth. Survival requires cunning. Pack hunting evolves into complex, coordinated warfare. Natural selection heavily favors intelligence. To peer over tall vegetation and free their front limbs, they begin to stand fully upright. Their three-fingered claws adapt, developing a rudimentary opposable thumb. The dinosauroid is born. A momentous spark ignites the darkness. A dinosauroid strikes flint, mastering fire. Cooked meat provides a massive calorie surplus, supercharging their brain development, just as it did for humans. Primal screeches transform into structured language. They use complex vocalizations and the deliberate movement of their vibrant feathers to communicate abstract ideas and pass down generational knowledge. They stop wandering. They build fortified settlements using massive bones and stone to protect themselves from larger, mindless predators. It's the dawn of reptilian agriculture, penning smaller dinosaurs as livestock. Stone gives way to bronze, then iron. The dinosauroids forge weapons, invent mathematics, write their own history, and gaze at the stars. A non-human civilization has officially conquered Earth. But remember, they have a 66 million year head start on humanity. If they reached their Iron Age millions of years ago, what terrifying utopia have they built by the year 2026? Welcome to the year 2026. But forget concrete jungles and smog. The Dinosaurs didn't build a mechanical world. They built an organic one. Their megacities are grown, not constructed. Having evolved alongside megafauna, they mastered genetic engineering long before discovering fossil fuels. Bioluminescent flora lights the streets, replacing electricity. Look up. The skyways are filled with cyborg pterosaurs, seamlessly blending advanced cybernetics with reptilian biology. On the ground, bioengineered sauropods serve as living, breathing mass transit. Their society is guided by cold, reptilian logic. Human concepts like greed or petty wars are obsolete. They exist as a hyper-efficient, unified planetary civilization, focused entirely on scientific ascension. With a 66 million year head start, they didn't just land on the moon. They have already colonized the solar system and are harvesting the energy of neighboring stars. Earth is merely their capital. In this utopian galactic empire, what is the fate of the tiny, furry mammals? Look closely at those glowing biolabs. Our ancestors are kept in glass cages, just as lab rats. But let's snap back to reality. That glowing bio-utopia never happened, because 66 million years ago, the universe rolled the dice, and we won. Jupiter's gravity didn't save them. The 10-kilometer asteroid slammed into Earth with the force of billions of atomic bombs, wiping out 75% of all life. The 160 million year reign of the dinosaurs was extinguished in fire and ash. It was a tragedy of apocalyptic proportions, but it was also the most crucial moment in our history. From the smoking ashes of those giants, our tiny, shivering ancestors finally crept out of the shadows. The eternal night shift was over. The stage was finally ours. Every human achievement from the first fire to the megacities of today is built on the grave of the dinosaurs. We are the ultimate beneficiaries of a cosmic accident. So, the next time you look up at the stars, remember how fragile our existence really is. What other cosmic dice are waiting to be rolled?